Hello everyone, welcome to the French Grand Prix. We are back from our hibernation, our quick week away for our vacation and stuff. So we're back here for the French Grand Prix, and it is absolutely pelting down. And my goodness gracious me, I hope you all packed your wellies here for the French Grand Prix weekend or week. But my goodness gracious me, it's an absolute deluge here tonight. And of course, we have started slightly earlier, but hopefully we'll show you some beautiful ALR merchandise between qualifying and the race, hopefully, if I remember anyway. Anyways, out of the pits there was Siege, I think. Let's go through the drivers and the constructors, shall we, before we do anything else in this session. This very wet qualifying session. After tonight, we will be halfway through the World Championship of ALR Season 8, and it is still anyone's game, isn't it? However, Boxtow has got a 19-point lead in the World Championship at this stage then, from Percy in second, and those are the two championship rivals at the moment. But Troy has made it a trifecta, as he is currently third at the moment, only 5 points away, 24 points away from Boxtown, 5 points away from Percy. Wooter has missed the last two races, unfortunately, which has taken him out of contention at the moment, but him and Gurman are on 73 points. Gurman is not very well, so he is missing today's race, so hopefully it gets better soon. We have got Cash in 6th position, yellow flag already, and that's when McLaren's has spun off in the exit of turn 2, unfortunately. Cash in 6th position there. Great couple of races for Cash, then moving himself back into the top 10 and now into the top 6 as well. Lovely stuff indeed. Oh, excuse me. Then we got Chaz in 7th position. 8th position is Liam Yen. 9th is Green. And 10th position is Glock, who I don't think is here, is he? Yes, he is here. I apologise profusely that I was looking at the wrong car. I think I was looking at the Ferrari, which is shocking. And the drops at the moment is Sweet on 2 points. Mumford is his first race of the season, which he is missing tonight, unfortunately. But so Boxhouse, the only driver that has now participated in all races in gold so far. Good stuff indeed. That KD missing tonight as well, but he is not going to get off the mark here after the halfway stage. In the Constructors' Championship, AlphaTauri is leading the championship, 24 points in front of the Aston Martin, who have been in incredible form as of late. And with Percy and Siege, taking the reins here tonight, literally and figuratively. It'll be interesting to see how Aston Martin get on, but Gamer has been in fine form up until that break there. I think that Gamer is one driver that didn't really want the break, did he, unfortunately? So we'll see how that goes then. But yeah, we've got Siege then, a very quick customer indeed. Remember, he is very good in the Formula 2 cars. If you watched HDE last season, he was in fine form. Emerson, of course, won the F2 season, didn't he, last season for HDE? But of course, Siege was in very good form in the early stages of that World Championship, or the Formula 2 Championship. Aston Martin in second, McLaren in third. They have won the Constructors the last 2 seasons. Can they win 3 in a row then this season? Well, they have got it all to play for. However, Boxtown Mark here really dragged the McLaren from out of the depths and back into contention. The Constructors, which is very good indeed. That Ferrari 88 points away at the moment, and they have got 2 reserve drivers in Barber and Vessier, who will be driving that at Scarlet Ferrari tonight. Haas are 1 point beyond the Scuderia on 99 points. Red Bull 13 points away from the Haas team in 6th. Alpine is 7th. They got both regular drivers in tonight, if I'm not very much mistaken. I can't even see. Yes, so they have indeed then. Mercedes are in 8th position now, 1 point behind the Alpine. Alfa Romeo, 1 point beyond the Mercedes. And Williams on 71.6 points away. See that going through Scene Corner. I think it's Scene Corner, isn't it? Or am I just making it up? I usually do as I go along. Then we've got 3 cars in the quite close quarters in turn 2. Hopefully nothing untoward has gone on there. Joint constructors then. Can we say that AlphaTauri have wrapped it up? Definitely not. No way, Pedro. As they are 133 points in front of Aston Martin at the moment, but anything can happen still. 70 points away from the Aston Martin is the Alpine, who have climbed up into third. That their bronze form has been magnificent. 4th is the Haas team, 5th is McLaren, Ferrari in 6th, Mercedes 7th, Red Bull 8th, Alfa Romeo 9th, and Williams completes the top 10 in the joint constructors. And I did it before Siege got his lap further away. I've just seen a weather report there from our man down the pits, not Ted Kravitz, it is Nosey, who is down the pits. I wish we did have a feature of that in ALR where we have our pit reporter, and maybe we need to open up a job application for that. But Siege is fast at the moment. Co-op who makes his debut here tonight. I don't mean the shop, of course. If anyone lives in the UK, might get that reference. I don't think I think the Co-op is only in the UK, isn't it? Or is it in America as well? I'm not too sure. However, the Co-op is not a shop, but he may be the fastest shop here tonight. Unless there's an ALR shop, which there'll be a lovely plug later on then. Chapper is also making his debut now as well, and both Williams drivers then are reserved tonight, and a very tough, it's going to be very tough for the Williams team as well. But however, a shout out to Sonat, then of course he's only raced 3 times in ALR, but he, of course, Turkey has suffered a very devastating earthquake, didn't they, a week or 2 ago, and Sonat has been volunteering to help with the devastation over in Turkey. So hats off to Sonat. Absolutely, he's a modern day superhero. He is Sonat. It's a good. That's amazing to hear in what is a very tough time over in Turkey, and on the border of. I'm really bad with my geography. I apologise about this, but. Is it Serbia that's also on the other side of Turkey? I'm not too sure. Mark is going to a superb third position. Wuter in 4th, Green in 5th. Co-op is down to 8th now because you've got Sweet, who's now a second fastest owner. He's in the relegation zone at the moment. Let's get on to the comments, shall we? Oh, nope, I'm not going to the comments because for some reason I'm looking at Neymar for some reason. How do I get off that? That's probably the last video I was watching. Anyway, you can see, my gosh, how you cook, yeah. I was reading about, I think it was a video about PSG, really, and well, some gremlins going on over there with their owners and stuff like that, which a lot of things are also going on with the owners. As Kush has gone second fastest, Mr. Rage is fast at the moment now, unbeknownst to me, because I've been waffling on about all kinds of nonsense. Boxed out the championship leader, and he's in fine Vettel. He's been on pole position more often than not this season, but that is not a good way to start off his qualifying session. There's 3 qualifying parts here tonight, very similar to a real F1, really, isn't it? Because of course, they have a knockout stage in qualifying, while silver and bronze does not at this stage of the in their seasons of 5, season 5 I should say. But to just watching Percy, who is also the championship protagonist as well. Howdy from Alex and ALR's back. Goku is saying wet qualifying, dry race. Nosy said Nosy for pole position, and Irv, I can't wait for a wet race in silver tomorrow. It's always a wet race in silver, isn't it? So it's just like I think we might have to rename the Silver League to the Wet League or something. I'm not too sure. It's coming across the line is Percy, or the Damp League perhaps. And Percy's gone fast there by 0.6 of a second from Wuter, who returns to form after a 2 race absence. So good stuff to lead for the Alpine team with both him and Kush are 2nd and 4th. Mind, they're becoming very much ALR favourites, ALR fan favourites. Those two in the Alpine team. It's great to see, isn't it? We've got Glock, who's just come through Scene Corner, which I don't think is Scene Corner. I should have done my homework, which I've got plenty of time to do that, because unfortunately this week for you listeners out there, you've got me from tonight till Wednesday, as Alex is going gallivanting. He is going to Zurich, I think, to do some exhibitions. I didn't know he's an exhibitionist, but yeah, good luck to Alex as well. Of course, I think he's doing it for work, so good stuff to do that for Alex. I think he's going to Switzerland for the week. So you've got to blame Alex then, if as you're going to have a waffling ginger for the next 3 days or so, which is unfortunate. But of course, I must admit, I don't like this race in terms of watching it on the telly, but I do love commentating on it. Glock goes 5th fastest there. Box out gone up to 4th, but Mr. Rage is currently the quickest, and quite the surprising quickest, one of the quickest house cars out there, who is currently in 3rd fastest. Well, lovely stuff indeed there for the Haas team. We've got Service Rushroom going to be along at DRS train tonight then. Sean, are you using a mic from 1963? I hope not. Well, I do. Does my mic sound a bit dodgy, does it? Hang on, let me turn up my mic and see what's going on. It sounds alright, I think. Then again, I might just have a croaky voice, as of course I've been in hibernation for the past week and a bit. So yes, I got to get back on to get back on to fine form indeed. Then the final turn in for Alhan. Then of course this is the halfway stage of the World Championship at the end tonight. Then, and it'll also be the halfway stage for silver and bronze as well, and the 100% league. Alhan goes 12th fastest there. We have got who's that gone up the order? That was a very good time then, whoever that was. It was Vesley up into 4th fastest. There's a lot of drivers I think this season has underperformed, or has, well, maybe not underperformed, but been very unlucky as well in the gold. Vesley's one of them. Excuse me. Goodness gracious me, Vesey is one of them, but I do feel that he's had a lot more. He's had a lot more speed since the turn of the year, hasn't he, Vesey has there? And I do feel that he was very unlucky in Canada, though, wasn't he? Because I think he was on course for a major haul of points as well. As Mr. Rage in a very good third position, and then look at the rain is coming out. He's coming down like raining cats and dogs down there. You sound a bit tiny. Might be because I've forgotten what you sound like. A tinny. Oh, it's not tiny. Goodness gracious me. Hang on, I don't turn me. Goodness me. I'll have a look at that later on. To be honest, at least actually works tonight, because I think the last time I commentated in the Austrian Grand Prix, the stream service that we normally use was not working at all. So well, I suppose it's better than nothing, isn't it? Oh gosh, there Chazza then, who I was talking to at the beginning, before the beginning of the session, has had a very high spin there, and he was very well held, sir, there, because usually if you go off there, you're going to be hitting something very hard indeed. Percy's gone faster still, and he's extended his gap back up to half a second at the moment, and between himself and Wouter in the battle for the being fastest there. Kush has gone purple in the second split time there. We have just seen someone pop themselves up a few positions as well. I think that was Alhan who's moved his way up into 11th position. A very action-packed start to this qualifying session here tonight, because of course there's rain. It is more about getting your iron. I have kicked the bucket, hopefully not literally, but well, hopefully literally, I know figuratively. As yes, indeed, then that's not very good, is it? Luckily there was nothing in that bucket. Why have I got a bucket in my room, in my living room, you may ask? Because I've decided to do a bit of spring cleaning today, and I have realised that I don't have any cleaning products, to be fair, which I'm very good. So I've just given up and just left it here, which hopefully it's a reminder for me to get my quiche to move in next week, I suppose. Knowles has done 4 laps on the wet tyres. So in the dry qualifying session, you probably do want, you probably don't want to be fat of fuel, do you? You just want to be, just want to go around in the quick as you can. Whilst in these wet sessions, as you can see, Vestier is thinking about the intermediate tyres. I'm not too sure that is going to be the best way to go. But we'll soon find out. Yellow flag in front of us. Knowles is invalidated again. He hasn't set a clean lap just yet. Here comes Chappers making his debut tonight in ALR Gold. As you can see, he's a lot of lock there out of turn 15, and as he comes over the grid action as well. No DRS yet then. Coming over the DRS that is serious pressure. Chappers goes 10 faster at the moment. Good stuff indeed there. Alhan what did Chazza tell me to call him? Azian, wasn't it? No, Ihan, that's it. Percy goes faster still. He's a monster, isn't he, Percy? It's goodness gracious me. Can he regain the lead in the World Championship? Serious pressure saying he's guessing that Geordie doesn't like this place too much, as he is languishing down in 7th position at the moment there, boxed out as the championship leader. I'm wondering how this break is going to help them, because I think that the break came at the best time for Percy. I would hazard a guess, just judging on form and just the way that the races were going and things like that. So I'm wondering if I'm wondering then if that, how he's going to be feeling about that then. I think that it would actually. I think it's been a very timely break there for Percy to really get himself back on form. He's certainly looking back on form mode. He's almost got a second gap advantage over himself and Wouter at the moment. We have got in a very fine third position mode Glock. Glock, I think, didn't want a break, did he? Because I think that Glock was one driver that was looking pretty supremely hot, wasn't he, before the break? I think we've got a couple more breaks. I think we've got an Easter break as well coming up in April time. This is the longest ever season in ALR history of 24 races then, as after tonight we do go to the Hungarian, then we've got after tonight then we do go to Hungary, Belgium, Zandvoort and Monza. Wouter's retired from the session there in 3 minutes to go. The track is going to evolve all the time, so let's see how that one transpires around here. Coming over the line then for Markey, that is a 2 minute there, so I think he's going to have to find some more in the piggy bank. Love the helmet design for Cobb, fantastic stuff indeed. Vestier's in the pit lane. Both Ferraris are very much staring into the abyss at the moment. Knowles, he's also been staring into the abyss for most of the session. Troy hasn't set a time just yet. We're focused on the bottom 5 drivers at the moment, because the bottom 5 drivers will be knocked out at qualifying here. And there will be a spectator like you and I. And of course, this is not what these drivers want to do. These drivers do not want to be watching the race, do they? They want to be involved as much as possible. They want to be up the order. And as Serious Merchant said, we are expecting DR as Glock's return from the session as well, beating the pit lane. We are expecting. We are, well, what was I talking about? Knowles has gone 14 fast. Good time indeed there for the Red Bull driver. Fantastic. What was I forgot what I was saying now. Oh, goodness me. Chaz coming across the line. Well, I don't know what we're expecting. We're expecting something, I suppose. Across the line, that goes Chaz going 13 fastest. Yeah, speaking of Chaz, before this tonight's event, he has had a very strong season, Chaz has, hasn't he? Of course, his best season was season 6, where he got third in the championship. As it'd be interesting to see what Vessi can do on those intermediate tires. There's also Sieges on the intermediate tires as well. Two drivers there really throwing caution against the wind here in Paul Ricard. Yellow flag is out at the moment. It's when McLaren's gone off. Kirsch is into the pits as well. He's happy with his performance. We are expected to lose 5 of the slowest drivers here, which is Co-op, Vessier, Barber, Liam Yeh, and Troy. Troy out of the final turn. And look at the rain is absolutely pelting down. Across the line comes Troy. This is a good time for Troy. That should be safely through. It is safely through at this moment in time. Liam Yeh only improves a bit. He is down in 90th position, but now Liam Yeh is struggling. Whilst his teammate is flying high in 6th position, Liam Yeh cannot get to grips here around France at the moment. He has got less than 2 minutes to go to get this sorted in the Haas car. Here comes Barber, who's found a quarter of a second in the first split time here as he is plowing down there to the fastest corner on the circuit. You can get this corner very wrong if your tires are degraded, or if on a wet day like today. Then Liam Yeh, I didn't see how much time is on the clock at the moment. Nosey has very much used all that life out of the wet tires. I think that he's done about 6-7 laps on these wet tires so far. Out of the final turn, 15 turns around this course, and going over the grid hatchings, and Liam Yeh has retired from the session, and he is going to be disappointed. That Nosey is now up into 13 fast at the moment. Alhan has found half a second in the second split time. Alhan is up into 5th in the Alfa Romeo. Lovely jubbly indeed. I forgot to brief her. Chazer is up into 10th position as well here. What about the Ferraris? Vessier is struggling there to get out of that final turn. And what about Barber? Across the line, Barber comes in. And Mr. Rage has retired from the session, but I think he's safe and sound into the pit lane. Now this is all or nothing. Now Ferrari, I think is struggling to get on the power almost halfway down the pit straight. They intermediate tires, I don't think are working on that Ferrari. And they are both 18th and 20th at the moment now. That is not good at all, is it, for the famous Ferrari team. Markey, who was one driver who I was expected to be, was very much up there right from the get-go, is out of qualifying as well. Co-op is also out as well as he's coming to the pit lane. Alhan's retired from the qualifying section. And what about Barber? He's found 3/10 a second out. Can Barber cause a wave bend? Goodness me, he is struggling. He is struggling. He's trying to correct the car. He is he almost touched over there. He's just reset back to track. Then Boxtel down in 6th position then, as he is a bit behind the 8 ball at the moment now. What about Vessier as well then, as he is on the intermediate tyres, and Siege is also on the intermediates as well. We got Red Bull cruising over at the far end of the circuit, but I think that they're coming back into the pits. I'm giving myself indigestion, that's not very good, is it? Goodness gracious me. And Siege is the last minute. Oh my goodness me! And I just looked up and Vessier is in the wall, so intermediate tyres is not the way to go. That is a humongous shunt, and that is quite a that was quite nasty there. I'm just like looking at it now, and luckily I have 20 seconds delay on the stream, so I can actually see what happened. He just got on the power on the curb there and spun it into the barrier, out of qualified, and he is going to start the race from 18th on the grid. And that is a bad day in the Ferrari camp, isn't there? I think they did need a good result today, didn't they? But with none of the regular drivers in tonight of Mumford or Gernman, it was a tough ask for both drivers of Barber and Vessier to step in the car. I know they're experienced drivers, but it is a still tough ask, isn't it, there, to step in the car and try and, oh goodness me, Ferrari got a very hefty bill coming their way at the end of this one there. Both Ferraris out, along with Liam Yeh down in 19th position there. Major disappointment there for Liam Yeh, who's quite high in the championship. Markey 17th, I'm surprised to see Markey down there, and Co-op in 16th position as well. Yes, Inters do not work there, Serious Russia was saying, and I definitely agree with you there. Still, the rate is not a base at this stage of proceedings, as well as qualifying one done and dusted here in Paul Ricard. Holy moly! And goodness me, I've just read the comments there whilst I was itching my knee. Percy, Troy is out. I cannot believe it. Goodness gracious me. Unbeknownst to me. And Alhan's out as well. Good heavens, what is going on here? And I completely missed that. I thought you were safe and sound in the pit lane. Troy out of qualifying. One of the championship protagonists is out there. At least Percy's paying attention. We have lost 7 drivers in this qualifying session. Goodness gracious me. Alhan also had a qualifying as well. Oh my goodness gracious me. This is absolute anarchy. And we've only just started this tonight's race. And 20 minutes into this session tonight. And we have got a big name who has exited already. Well, I got to be. I thought he was in the pit lane, so it's shocking behaviour, isn't it? I should really be paying attention to seeing what's occurring in this in this mad world of ALR. Goodness gracious me! I was actually trying to get up some French Grand Prix stats for you. This is the last French Grand Prix that we're expecting to host in ALR for a very long time, as of course it will not be on season 9's calendar or beyond then for the foreseeable future, because Paul Ricard is no longer on the calendar at all. It might be on next season's game potential, so it might be, but I can't see it being on the calendar going forward then, unfortunately. Oh, it's coop like as it's cop like as in copper. Sure, not co-op. Goodness me, shocking behaviour indeed. That is really. But there you go. You can tell that I'm always thinking of food, can't you? Whether that's talking about co-op or anything like that. Yeah. So it's cop, not a chicken cop. Then Nosy is just warming up. Then cheers, Nosy. Yes, I apologise profusely. Cop, I'm absolutely horrified by that. I'm sorry, my good sir. I don't mean to do it. I'm just a fool. Out of the pits comes Siege. Talking of whilst the drivers are exiting the pit lane, as I try and hide my second-hand embarrassment there by shockingly trying to say drivers' names, which it hasn't changed in 8 seasons. So I don't think it's ever going to change, to be honest. But never mind. We've had 8. This is our 8th Grand Prix here in France, and as I mentioned, this is probably going to be our last one as well for a very long time. Then, yeah, Tango's got the lap record around here, which is set back in season 6. Tango, unfortunately, we'll talk about the silver transfers a bit later on, but Tango is unfortunately bowed out of silver, unfortunately. But he has got the fastest all-time lap around here in gold, which is good stuff indeed. Last season's race winner was Kieran, albeit a bit controversial, as I thought that, of course, I think there was a bit of a big old argument after that, wasn't it? As I thought speed in the pit lane was speed in the pit lane, but never mind. We've also got, but I think that the most successful driver around here is Emerson now, which you wouldn't be surprised here, because I think he's won this race multiple times, hasn't he? He's won it in season 4. Actually, he's only won it once, actually, hasn't he? Because we've had 7 different winners in 7 seasons. MWBB won the first race, and Fireshot Ryan won his one and only race around here. Then we got Eat the Cookie, who was in that incredible run of 4. Mr. Emerson won in season 4. Gurman won in season 5. Season 6 winner was Total Peace, and then last season was Kieran. So that was the state of play. So 7 different winners in the French Grand Prix. Can we have an 8th different race winner here tonight then? Well, I'm not going to bet against it then, as indeed I am a Mountain. It's absolutely shocking behaviour indeed. I'm also a Mountain as well, actually. For once this year, I've actually it's actually a bit warmer in me flat. Then it seems to have holes left, right, and centre, which does seem to let the heat out quite a bit. There's Troy, hello P14. Cool, not cop. Oh goodness me, I'm having a mare. I think someone needs to tell me how to pronounce his name after this. And oh goodness gracious me. So I don't think it's because I thought it was cop, as in like copper kind of thing, but maybe not. Never mind. I'll try my best, my good sir. So maybe I should just go with Co or something. I don't know for now. Percy on a quick lap of Monet. He's the fastest into intermediate 1, getting very squirrely on the old rear posterior. No practice in the wet, hate to see it then, Co is saying, and Serious Russian serves you right, Troy, for putting that meme about me laugh out loud then. Hate starts in the back around here, Serious Russian rubbish track anyway. Soup like it, coop like as in soup, thank you. Okay, so it's coop then, goodness me. You would have thought that I wouldn't have struggled with a name that's only got 4 letters in it, but never mind. Oh gosh, yeah. I think I should have stayed in hibernation, really, should I? Absolutely shocking, shocking behaviour indeed, really, isn't it? But you like soup, yeah, haha. Yeah, so we'll go with Coop, I think, for now, won't we? Right down this, we've got Percy we're on board with now. I can feel Farford, Knowlesy, and Smithy just face palming, isn't it? There is unfortunately you've got me for the whole week of ALR this week, as Knowlesy is going off to Zurich then for his exhibition, which I think is actually a couple of weeks. I can't remember. I think he's going off for going off into Switzerland to buy a mini roller, one of those Swiss mini rollers potentially. Out of the final turn, then only 15 turns around this. Around this French Grand Prix circuit. I prefer the old Manicourt circuit personally, but it was sat in the middle of nowhere, wasn't it really, Manicourt? But I did like it there. I quite like, of course, there's a lot of action zone as well. That was also a famous race for when David Coulthard decided to flip the bird at Michael Schumacher back in the 2000 Grand Prix. One of my favourite races that was, and that was probably one of Coulthard's most impressive race wins, potentially. I would still go with Coulthard's best race winner back in Brazil 2001, but I'm sure a lot of you don't really care what Coulthard's best race win is, but of course, for some reason, I loved about that. Mainly because Farf reminds me of David Coulthard as well, considering the fact that Farf usually crashes coming into the pit lane. However, this season, talking of which then, I do feel that I pick on Farf quite a lot, don't I, really, for my banter. But yes, he's doing a very good job this season, Farf is actually. Fair play to him. Chappers has gone at 4 fastest in the Williams. Good stuff indeed there for Chappers. And Glock is 5th at the moment. Knowlesy down in 7th position. Vesley's had is in 8th position at the moment. Mr. Rage, who is very quick out of the blocks, wasn't he, now, earlier on this qualifying 1 session, and he is quick again, Mr. Rages. I think he'd be hoping they'd be raining the race as well. We have heard a whisper from our weather correspondent, those in the pit lane, that it is meant to be, it's Kush there has had a trip there. Is that coming out as turn 7? I think it is, isn't it? I spin there in the dry, let alone the wet, so so I can't really say too much there. Siege and Chaz are in the pits, and Boxtown invalidated his first time. Second time he's off the track already here. So I expect the similar qualifier session to Q1, where the drivers have probably topped themselves full of fuel and going around then, because it's more importantly than is about, as you can see, Percy's gone fast again. It's about confidence really around here, isn't there? Sam Green has come into the pit lane. I think Knowlesy has invalidated his time, so he's going to have to go around again. What about Vesley? Vesley's first time, I was expecting a bit higher up than that for Vesley in the Alpha Tari. As of course, as a serious question. Welcome to ALR. So Vesley staying at 9th at the moment. He's also 10th for a second somewhere now, so that's not good, is it? Kush has invalidated his time, so we'll keep an eye on what Kush can do later on in this one. Glock, who's dropped off the boil a bit then, but I think he's just going for a recharge lap before going again then. And Percy is also doing a recharge lap as well. Got my ALR hoodie, might buy another. To be honest, it's a very cool strategy maneuver, isn't it, from ALR? It's, of course, a couple of drivers already bought a hoodie already, but now it is in multicolour, isn't there? Which we was going to show a lovely little ad then before the start of the stream, which I'm hoping I got to remember to do between qualifying the race. But of course, we've got we've now got multicolour hoodies as well, which I was going to buy one, but however, the gas man has completely ruined my weekend, as a big old bill came through, which I was quite horrified by, to be honest. But never mind. Anyway, that's the problems you do not want to hear then, because I can go on a rant forever and a day on that one. As yes, oh gosh, there's a Rage has gone right around there. He's spun the car, but at least he's facing the right way. I must say that one thing I do think is absolutely amazing in F1 is so when drivers do spin the car, more often than not they know which way they're going, don't they? Which is quite impressive, especially in the before they had radio on the F1 cars. So really impressive stuff indeed. Knowlesy, who is just trying to harvest it. So the harvesting then, what they're doing now is they're just trying to top up the battery before going again here. Kush then coming out of the chicane then. And seriously, that's what I want another one, because I only have the choice of black. Or black then. I'm going for the pink one, to be honest. Because I do like the pink. It's quite a hot pink as well. I bought a pink Lewis Hamilton jumper as well, which is very nice. But I'm not sure if it's a pinky red, to be honest. It's very nice indeed. However, the problem with that one is it's It's, to be honest, it's really baggy, but it's a very thin jumper, and it shows off, let's just say when I'm cold, it shows off 2 points on my chest, which I don't really want to be, which I'm not very proud of. We've got Kush, who is just on a quick lap at the moment. He has done his harvesting there. He hasn't, of course, when we first did him have a go, he did spin at the exit of turn 7, unfortunately, in the Alpine. I hope you've all got caught the new cars, and or basically, not the new cars, it's more of a revolution, isn't it? But it's great stuff from EA to have the new updated cars on the game already. Of course, I am joking. I read that on the F1 meme page a couple of days ago, as the cars are basically almost exactly the same, but Mercedes have now gone back to the black Mercedes, which I like personally. I do like the black Mercedes. It does look quite lush indeed then. And don't forget, other teams have had any major changes there, apart from the AlphaTauri as well. I've had a bit, some splashes of red on the car, as I think they're now sponsored by Robert Kubica's former sponsor. I think was it Orlean or something like that from Poland. I think it was. I like your strawberry blonde hair, Sean. Thank you very much. And salmon, yes. I'm going to try and get a luminous orange one as well, actually, because it would definitely show off my beautiful eyes. Or lack of them. We got Glock, who's 4/10 of a second down. This rain is going to be abating for the race, but in qualifying at the moment, it doesn't seem to be stopping at all. It's a very hard qualifying session. This one is. So we are only going to be losing 3 drivers in this qualifying 2 session, because we've lost 2 already in the form of Alham. Percy has lowered the bar again. He is on absolutely frightening form, isn't he? Since the break. He's been in scary form, hasn't he? This is only qualifying, but Percy wants to reassert his authority in the championship. Siege on a quick lap in the Aston Martin, of course, racing tonight in place of Gamer, who's unfortunately not able to race. Serious Rush, what's the point different off the top? Sorry, I missed the start of the stream. Shocking me, Serious Rush. The point says, I don't blame you, to be fair, because at the beginning of the stream it's usually me waffling on about all kinds of nonsense about what I've done with my day. The top of the championship box style leads by 19 points from Percy, with Troy 5 points further off, 24 points away from box style championship, 19 points away from Percy. Wooter's retired from the session. He is in the pit lane, judging from the eyes there. But then, of course, Wooter, talking of Wooter, he's 89 points. Him and German is 89 points away from the top of the championship. The one now is the Aston Martin and Percy getting on the way of his teammate Siege at the moment. So Siege, look at the raindrops on the monocoque here at the Aston Martin. Look how unsteady that car is there around the final stage of this qualifying session is there. And I'm wondering, the Siege there, is that just how the weather is around here, or is Siege backing off a bit? I can't tell, to be honest. It is absolutely pouring down out there. It's raining cats and dogs here, and my good heavens, we are expecting rain on this tomorrow, mainly because it's silver, and for some reason it always rains in silver, doesn't matter where we are in the world. But coming across the line then, Siege does go full fast. A good time indeed there for Siege. He is a quick customer, isn't he there? So very interested to see how Siege can go in this one tonight. Kush is 2/10 of a second up in his second split time here. So that will put him, now it's keep him 8th position on there, but will help him out dramatically in keep it in his mission there to stay in qualifying for qualifying 3. They're trying to do that. Ooh, it's finger out time for Geordie then. It is indeed, isn't it? Geordie down in 13th position at the moment. We're keeping an eye on Geordie. He is down the back straight in the McLaren at the moment. The only McLaren left in this race tonight. Sorry, in this qualifying session, not the race. The race hasn't started yet, Sean. Calm down. On the final term, no DRS yet then, because it is the track is classified as wet or damp. Well, I think it's definitely wet. 5 laps then for Kush, and it just shows how the drivers are just getting really more confident then as they go on in these wet weather conditions. Of course, France does have a bit of a history when it comes to wet weather races, isn't it? One of my all-time favourite French Grand Prix races, the 1999 French Grand Prix, where Heinz-Harald Frentzen won his first race of his Jordan career, I should say. I think that was his first, and of course, I think he won one more race, didn't he? He had 3 race wins in the end, Frentzen did. Frentzen was very much, that season then, was very much rebuilding his his stock, wasn't it? Because I think his stock did reach a bit of a disappointing low after his time with the Williams team. But of course, Villeneuve was very much impressive at 97, wasn't he? But I think Frentzen disappointed that 97 Williams, unfortunately. Boxer goes second fast there, and that is what I think Serious Pressure says he needs to pull his finger out. He certainly he pulled the whole of his hand out there. Fantastic. He's having his second fast at the moment now. Siege going second fastest. Goodness gracious me, it's Aston Martin 1-2 here tonight. I don't think we've had a 1-2 in gold yet. We've had 1-2s in silver, and I think in bronze as well. Percy's gone faster still by half a second now from Siege, and my word then. Serious Russian, Frentzen was underrated. I really liked Frentzen. I must admit, I think of the Williams shirts. Well, 97, he definitely did. I think he was very disappointed, wasn't he, in the 97 season. Only getting one win in that 97 Williams was pretty shocking stuff. But 97 was, I love 97. I really enjoy watching the 97 season review on Formula 1. It's one of my favourite seasons. 97 is. I do enjoy that season. It was incredible, wasn't it? Especially to see David Coulthard win his second Grand Prix of his career in that beautiful West McLaren livery. Brilliant stuff in Australia. But yeah, Frentzen probably should have and could have got more wins, I think, that season. And Australia, talking of which, probably should have been his first race win of Frentzen's career. However, he had brake failure, didn't he, after the, was it in the final stage of the race, unfortunately? But yeah, Frentzen was very much an underrated driver, and in his Jordan days, especially 99, he really peaked, didn't he? He was very good in that 95 and 96 Sauber as well, wasn't he? Because I think he got signed for Williams after the 95 season when Damon Hill had a pretty shocking season, didn't he? Which I think is when Frank Williams took the decision to replace Damon Hill. Vesey going at fifth fastest. Good time indeed there for Vesey. I think that is Knowlesy in the background. Kosh is off the circuit, and that's out of turn 7 again there for Kosh. And oh goodness me, and that could be the end of his, it is the end of his day, and that is disappointing indeed. That Percy is through, Siege is through, Rooter is through as well. I think Vesey's going to be happy with that. Chappers is at 4 hundredths of a second up, I'd say. If he was 4 seconds up, that would be very much quickest here. Here comes Green then. Of course, Green has had an incredible season since Azerbaijan, hasn't he? He has really fired himself right up to the top 10 of the field in the championship. They're coming over the line as well then for Green across the line, going 6 fastest, underlining his performance in that Red Bull. Both Mercedes are trying to get through into qualifying 3. They're both out at the moment. Then look at how wet it is now. I think the rain has got heavy because look, they're starting to be standing water on the circuit. And the wet tyres are starting to not respond too well on Chapper's car here, and I think that Chappers is going to be looking over his shoulder nervously, but Glock has not improved either. And with Kush also facing the wrong way, and Sweet is also facing the wrong way as well. But the second Mercedes is also out of qualifying here. Kush and Glock might be lucky, but what about Knowlesy? He could be a spoiler in this one here tonight, and can he knock Kush out of qualifying here? Both Mercedes have been disappointed that then, because there was an open door, I think, then. There was an open door for either of the Mercedes, probably both Mercedes, to get through here. What can Knowlesy do in this Red Bull then? Of course, his traditional black helmet then for Knowlesy into turn 5. Look at the rain. It's gone so dark over there that we're going to have to get headlamps onto these cars at the end of this one. Yellow flag is flushing for the pit lane, not for the start-finish straight. Knowlesy, this could be, this is a lap good enough for through. No, it isn't. He's slower by 7 thousandths of a second. License to thrill for Knowlesy. I always thought he looked like James Bond, but tonight he is unfortunately out-qualified, down in 12th position, and out-qualified, unfortunately, is the Mercedes being wheeled back in. Look at the rain. It is absolutely horrific here in Paul Ricard, and my goodness gracious me, Knowlesy saying it is too wet. It is absolutely horrific, isn't it? You've seen that the rain just got absolutely, it just absolutely powdered down the last couple of minutes in that qualifying 2 session now. Hopefully it'll ease off into qualifying 3, but before we do get into qualifying 3, we need to take a quick look at how that one ended then. Percy still fastest by 5/10 of a second there from Siege in second, and Box down 3rd position. Can Siege, who is a super sub tonight, I think it's his 2nd race in a row in gold then, he could be a big spoiler in the championship campaign here. Wooter in 4th position, Vesey in 5th, then Green 6th with Chappers in 7th. Good debut tonight for Chappers, really standing up in the seat of that Williams car. I love it. Mr. Rage in 8th, Glock in 9th, Kush in 10th position. Lucky for Glock and Kush, who didn't get their times put in at the end there. And breathe. Sweet in the 11th position. I think he made a mistake. And Nosey said it was just far too wet, and I think that was for everyone out there in the last minute or two, because that is ridiculous amounts of water coming from the sky. Absolutely horrific stuff indeed. This set was pretty bad in the wet, box started saying then, which we've probably seen on the stream, haven't we? There, as he has been struggling in the wet. Then box start so far, but he got third there. However, Siege has reinserted himself into this qualifying here tonight. It's going to get very interesting as we go on into qualifying 3 for the French Grand Prix. I wonder if I put the wrong thumbnail on there, because for some reason I got the Austrian thumbnail on there, which ain't very good, is it? Shocking behaviour. Anyway, going into qualifying 3 then. Before we do then, got to read out Serious Mushrooms commentary, because this is quite important. Frenson was a beast in the buzzing at Hornet 2. I think that Jordan 2001 is one of my favourite F1 cars of all time. I love that car. I think it was such a sad day when as we got to Green and Siege coming out almost at the same time there. It was such a shame when Jordan had to. It was the end in 2001. That was really the start of the end for start of the climb for Jordan, wasn't it? Because the next 4 years or so for Jordan was quite difficult, wasn't it? They just started to. Slowly dropped to the back of the field, didn't they? Unfortunately for Jordan. But yeah, Jordan, one of my favourite teams of all time. And Jaguar as well. I think around the 2000 to 2004 era, we probably had the best designed F1 cars, in my opinion. Which is a big statement to make, isn't there? Because we had some lush Formula 1 cars over the year. Of course, how could anyone forget the 1999 BAR with that split personality livery? Which I'm sure that everyone loved, didn't they? I must admit, when I first looked at it, I thought it was very unique. I was a big gut they didn't go with the 555 or the all 555 livery of that BAR. Of course, they did run that special livery, didn't they, a few times in the Chinese Grand Prix in the BAR. But yeah, I did like that 555 livery. I really liked it indeed. Yeah, that Jordan was one of my favourites too. 2001. I loved the shark on the nose cone. It was beautiful. I like the 99 Jordan car as well, and the arrows. Yes, how can you forget the arrows? Shocking behaviour by myself. That 2000, 2001, and 2002 orange arrows was beautiful. Yeah, that is. I think that's definitely my top 5 Formula 1 cars, and it's all in the 2000 era. It was lush to see, wasn't it? Jaguar. I like the 2000 Jaguar. I think the 2002 or 2001 Jaguar was one of my personal favourites. I know there were just subtle differences, like the Aston Martin's got a bit of a subtle difference on this season's 2023 Aston Martin, but. I think I really like the Jaguar as well. That era of Formula 1 is definitely the peak era of Formula 1 for liveries, in my opinion. I obviously there were some really nice looking cars back in the day as well. Of course, they were all sponsored by cigarette advertising now, which I'm glad it's banned, but of course, very controversially. They were nice liveries, weren't they? To say the least. Of course, I think on the back end of 2006, wasn't it, where we had the first of the McLaren Chrome. Then I still think the McLaren Chrome was what is definitely still in the top 5 for favourite liveries as well. With the Vodafone sponsorship, it looked absolutely delightful, didn't it? It really did indeed. You do see some of these concepts. Best livery this year is the Alpha with the red, with the burgundy red and the black. I wasn't too sure on it at first, because I think that the Alfa Romeo livery from 2022. We'll look at Glock's livery now. This Alpha here, I think, was such an amazing livery when it first came out, because it reminded you of the old school McLaren, didn't it? The Marlboro McLaren. But I am starting to really like the black and burgundy. Who was he looking at? I think who was the first runner? I think it was Percy, wasn't it? It was indeed. Siege. But he's invalidated his time, Siege, so we've got to go to Percy. But I'm starting to really like the Aston Martin. Sorry, not the Aston Martin. The Alfa Romeo, the black and burgundy is. I'm really starting to get on side with that, which is nice indeed. I also think my favourite car is definitely the all pink Alpine now, which they're going to use for the first 3 races. Hopefully we can select it for league racing for next year, and it'll make my life easier then, because there's a lot of blue cars on the grid, isn't there? However, I don't think that's going to be the difficult colour for next year. It's going to be the black, isn't it? Now, as all cars have very much stripped down a lot of paint, haven't they? Because of course, unpainted carbon fibre is lighter, isn't it? I think I have to do something about with the weight, but then again, having said that, I think that next year, in 2024 and beyond, I don't think the weight will be too much of a problem. problem, because they are starting to really get a hang of these modern era Formula 1 cars. Across the grid now goes Percy, and he is fastest so far. Green is second fastest on a 45.5. This is now to set up the grid from 10th to 1st. We set up the grid from 11th to 20th. Now then, this is where all the big hitters come out. 200 a second at the moment. Ruter's first race back then, and he hasn't missed a step, has he? He is fourth in the World Championship on his debut campaign. And oh gosh, he's almost off the circuit there, but well housed, sir. Then Kirsch comes across the line. Kirsch, of course, did he win his first Grand Prix the other day? I think he did, and then it was reinstated backwards into the original winner. I'll have a look at me box in a minute. Glock is gone a bit faster than the Alfa Romeo. Then we've got the Alfa Tauri, but it's not Troy, it's Vesely. Just taking a look then, yes, I think the race did get reinstated, didn't it? After the Austrian Grand Prix and all the chaos that was there. But yes, Kush is doing a rich runner for a moment. Vesely going third fastest, fast in the final sector as well. Mr. Rage in the first two qualifying sessions have really been fantastic, hasn't he? 7 fast at the moment for Mr. Rage there, and starting to keep up with the pace at the moment to the front 6 there for Mr. Rage. I wonder if he made a mistake on my lap, because he's only in the 36s, and I expected a bit higher up than that. Chappers has been absolutely legendary in this Williams so far. He's very much tamed the waves here in the French Grand Prix so far. Coming over the grid hatching as well, across the grid line, and here he goes. He is 6th fastest. My word. Boxside across the line as well. Siege then, who of course didn't set a opening time there. It's goodness me. So very much fighting the Aston Martin as he comes over the line as well. The line is quite a bit further down the starting straight there, and he goes across the line. Siege is in 7th fast at the moment there, but he's a second off his teammate, and he certainly wasn't second off his teammate when he first started to put a shift in here tonight. So interestingly enough, change of tactics then for Percy and Sandro. They're both in the pits at the moment. So we'll see how that one goes then. Vesely currently on the lap, then he's still trying to find some more time. And then Terrence Mushroom, yeah, they should keep the Alpine pink. Yeah, well, personally, I do love a pink car on the grid, and selfishly, it just makes it easier for me to see who's who, really. But there we go then. Of course, after tonight, then, of course, we will be over the halfway stage of the World Championship. But, of course, ALR Season 9 and Season 10 will hopefully be on the 2023 game. Of course, we're talking of which, then, I think it is March the 4th, Knowlesy mentioned, but it'll be ALR's 4th birthday. I can't believe I'm saying that. 4 years ALR has been since we have founded. But it goes across the line there, doesn't improve, and he is still third at the moment. So, yeah, ALR's 4th birthday at the moment, folks. So, very good stuff to do there. Keep an eye out, as there might be a surprise or something like that. Mr. Rage goes 5th fastest. That's much better. That's not a surprise for me, because he's been on it like a car bonnet. But that is much better time there for Mr. Rage, and he's now in the 5th position where I was expected he should be. Out of the final turn there for Boxtow. And coming over the grid hatch as well, and let's see what Boxtow can do here. And is he going to be able to match Percy? He doesn't match Percy, but he is third fast at the moment there in the McLaren. But he looks much more happier than he has been struggling though on that McLaren setup at the moment. And the rain is still coming down. We're still all on wet tyres then, as the rain is not abated enough then for us to go into the green marked the green one's inter tyre then. A couple of drivers then have gone out on new wet tyres. Boxtow is on a fresh set of wet tyres, along with Percy and Sam Green as well. Mr. Rage is invalidated this time. Chapiers and Siege and Glock are all in the pits there. I expect, well, Glock has already gone on to fresh and wet tyres, hasn't he? And one of the other drivers will as well, as it is very dark and miserable here in Paul Ricard. Hopefully, well, we do not expecting a wet race coming up later on tonight's race, but hopefully we'll have a bit of sunshine here in Paul Ricard, as we're going to have 27 racing laps around here in just under 5 minutes time, of course, then. Equals, let's go Aston Martin with a bit of fire emoji as well. I hope I don't sound tinny still, talking of which. And Serious Mushroom said that I sound like I was talking out of a tin. To be honest, I talk out of something, but it's not a tin. But I can give you a guess where I'll talk out of. And let's just say it's somewhere where people don't want to go. Certainly on my person anyway. Mr. Rage into the final turn. He is going to go for another lap then. So Mr. Rage is not coming in the pits then to change tyres. What about Boxtow? He's a 10th a second down, and I think that he might abandon this time then. because he can come back into the pits. And Percy out of the final turns right, of course, the equals a part of the his Wouter's gone fastest there. Unbeknownst to me, whilst I've been waffling away, so Wouter is faster. Can he get his first pole position of his career in Alpine's home race? Then, as it took me so long, it's taken me almost a minute to realise he was on pole position there for Wouter. Shameful behaviour indeed. You sound like a normal short laugh out loud, not saying fantastic stuff indeed. Good job I didn't tinker with anything then. I think Serious Rush was just pulling me pulling me leg then. Percy is now he's gone purple in the first sector. Percy has can we have a new pole sitter? We've only had 3 pole sitters this season, haven't we? And it has been dominated by the top 3 in the World Championship for Troy on 2 pole positions, 4 pole positions there for Percy, 5 pole positions there for Box now. And I thought he's going to the back of Siege then, but that's great toe in there from Siege, as he is down the back straight then. Wouter is currently fast at the moment. He's going for his first pole position. Alpine's first pole position of the season as well, as Alpine have had an up and down season. So, and Vesely, goodness me, he's right off the circuit there. Seeing corner, I think it is. I need to Google that, see if that's right or not, because I have a feeling that's not. Goodness me, maybe I should have done my research before I started this session, but of course, prepare to fail, fail to prepare. There's no prepare to fail for the Alpine team tonight. 4th position for Cash on the second row of the grid there. The Alpine team are absolutely flying out there at the moment. Here comes Glock then. I think that this is Glock's opening bite of the cherry in terms of these wet tyres there. A minute to go in this session, a minute and a half I should say in this session there. Across the line then, and he's going to start his lap now. What about the Aston Martin team? Here comes Percy, 4 tenths a second up then in the second sector, in a lovely white helmet here for Percy across the line, and he hasn't used hardly any battery. My goodness me, it's a 43 on these appalling track conditions, and game, set and match. Is it for Percy to claim his 5th pole position of the season? Why, goodness gracious me, Mr. Rage starting his lap then. And we've also got a Green also starting his lap as well then. And my goodness me, these times are, is the rain abating here? Or is it just these drivers finding a sweet spot on this circuit at the moment? Cash is 2 tenths of a second up. He's purple in the second split time here, Cash is. And there he comes. There's a McLaren now of a box out. He's got 30 seconds to get to the line then for box out. Can he be involved in the conversation? Wouter's back in the pits and he is then, so he ain't going to get pole position today, but can his teammate Kush get pole position? Look at the puddles of water on that runoff area. Goodness gracious me, I might take a swim in that after this one. It's absolutely incredibly wet out there. But here comes Kush then, car 71. Into turn 15 and accelerates away, and look at that, and he was kind of be very gingerly on the throttle there. He wants to squeeze it like an egg there. He didn't want to break it. Mr. H is out qualifying. Kush goes third fastest there. It's an Alpine 1-3. What an incredible session it's been for the Alpine team in their home Grand Prix, and this is exactly what they need, don't they? As in the constructors, they have dropped back down to 7th at the moment. Goodness gracious me. And here comes Glock out of the final turn as well then for Glock. He's got a lot of battery left, Glock has there, so let's see how this one goes there across the line. And this is a good time for Glock. His full fastest on the second row of the grid here. What about Vesey? And Vesey is still on the same wet tyres, so we've got the Aston Martin behind as well. I think it's Siege, and Vesey stays 6th fastest. It's not Siege, it's Percy. Percy's on pole position again there by 29 hundredths of a second. Siege across the line, and Siege goes up into 6th fast as well. I think Siege would have been preferred to be a bit higher up than that because he wants to be involved in the championship battle. I have no doubts about that one. Green out of the final turn, and Green then coming across the line, and what has he got under his repertoire? He's got 7 passes in the Red Bull. Lovely jubbly. Jarvis has found 2 tenths of a second, and what about Boxhouse? Boxhouse also on it as well. Boxhouse and Chapper. Boxhouse found 3 tenths of a second. That's not enough for pole position at the moment, is it, for Boxhouse? But it's going to be that is going to be enough to get himself up to the second row of the grid. Then that's going to get himself in front of Kush at the moment. But he got to keep the momentum going here. Here comes Chappers now then, and Chappers then, who is coming into the final couple of turns. Then what can he do on his debut tonight? He's done a great job for that Williams team, hasn't he? He really has indeed. I think that Jos Capito at this time anyway, which is of course now James Allison, but Jos Capito will be very happy with this, and Chappers comes across the line, and he goes 7th fastest, and Geordie Boxhouse goes 3rd fastest for his pole position for Percy, and here is his 5th pole position of the season. And Aston Martin are going to be overjoyed that this is what Percy needed then after having a very difficult race in Austria 2 weeks ago now. That's fantastic indeed. Aston Martin's fifth pole position as well. Then in these appalling track conditions out there tonight, it has been quite difficult as in for these drivers to survive. Then, but they have done a magnificent job tonight. They really have indeed, and that is the starting grid. Then look at that. Then over. Is that the biggest? Is that the biggest gap in qualifying this season? Potentially, but my goodness me, Box out recovered very nicely to finish back up in the third in the end. Then, but the two Alpines there, second and fourth, and they are not going to be, unfortunately, both Alpines at this stage of the season is not in the championship hunt. They could be if the front three really have a bad second half of the season, but they're going to be more interested about getting some more race wins under their belt for the French manufacturer. Well, it's not exactly a sunny day out there, is it? Goodness me, it's quite a murky day, isn't it, here in France? So how is that going to affect the strategy here? Is that that could push drivers, and we are expecting a one stopper, but that could push drivers to more an aggressive one stopper. I was expecting the one stoppers to be the mediums to the hard tires, but if it's such a cool day, I wonder if we could have the hards to the soft tires at the end. Then we do not, of course, there is no qualifying rule anymore where you have to start on the tire which you set your fastest time on and qualify them too. That rule has been abolished. Abolished, I say. Oof, my word. I tell you, I haven't done this for a couple of weeks. I'm absolutely shattered already. Nose cones are out in the pit lane, and there's, of course, we're hoping we're not going to see too many nose cone changes here tonight. The French Grand Prix does, I got to say, it gives you quite a migraine if you look at it from an aerial view around here. But of course, the runoff areas are quite large. They're very much like Aston Martin, as the car parking spaces, isn't they? Car parks is very large and in charge around here. No soft tire in sight as we get going then for the start of the French Grand Prix formation lap there. And as we're now getting into turn one and two, let's go through the grid show from front to back then. And it's 27 laps around here, 20 cars, and we've got a mixture of mediums and hard compound tires then. And it is Percy pole position for the fifth time this season, for the fifth time in his career, and for Aston Martin's fifth pole position this season. Second position is Reuter. What an incredible performance for Reuter. He really loved that Alpine in the wet earlier on in the day. He is on the hard tires there with Boxall in third position there. Struggled, didn't he? But he's now in third. Fourth position is Cash with fifth position is Glock also on the hard tires. Siege in sixth position on the medium tires, like his teammate, but Siege there would want to get himself involved in this, helping his teammate in the championship battle. Chappers has been fantastic, as in the Williams, and I'm thinking of Chappie, ain't I? Because I thought that Chappers raced before, but it's Chappie that raced before, not Chappers. But my goodness me, this man is looking phenomenal in that Williams on his debut, and maybe a star of the future for ALR. Green in 8th position there. He's become a star in the last several races or so. As he sits Aston Martin, he is very much a mean green fighter machine in the Red Bull. Vesey in 9th position in the AlphaTauri. 10th position is Mr. Rage. 11th position is Sweet. With 12th position is Knowlesy. It's Chaser in 13th position. Troy in 14th position on the medium tires are going aggressive. Alhan in 15th position then. 16th position is Coop. I've forgotten how to say his name. 17th position is Markey, who is not facing the right way. Luckily in ALR, we don't have the rule that if you fall to the back of the field, you have to start from the back of the field, unfortunately. Or fortunately for Mark in this case, but I would love to see that rule. Lovely helmet design from Vessier in 18th position. 19th position is Liam on hard tires. 20th position is Barber on the medium compound tires. And Sugar Me Timbers, I forgot to put the ALR merch up, so apologies, knows as he is. I read that comment far too late. And he's so upset with me, he's disqualified himself from the session. position. Yes, we do have some new ALR merch, which I was going to put up. Nolsey's worked on a beautiful promo video, which I was meant to put up. However, I blame Far for starting the session too early, and also I blame myself for forgetting. Right then, as we are now getting ready, the 5 lights are on here in France, and this is a lovely shot here, but I think I'd rather have had a wide shot here of the racer. But now we're go here in France, and his Percy gets away wonderfully well, of course, on the medium tyres, the softer the tyres, and they have got on going into turn 1. Wouter's going this way, and now we try on the outside and the inside as well. But it is Percy who leads the way with Wouter in second position now, and there's a problem for Siege. Siege in the second Aston Martin is facing the wrong way, and it is a pinch zone into turn 1 and 2, isn't there? Vessier's dropping down the order as well, and also Chaz has dropped down 3 positions. Chaz does need to work on his starts off, and then we got Coop, up into 14th position. He is flying through the field now as we go past them, turn 6 and into turn 7 on the long straight. Magnificent. Terrible start for Siege and Troy. Troy is up into 8th position. Good heavens, sir, and he is absolutely flying. The man who's found the championship that doesn't want to be left behind at this stage of proceedings. Is in the race there for the world championship, and he is doing a magnificent job at the moment. And up into 8th position already. Then the gap between Boxtel and Kush is what I'm more interested in the moment. And Alhan is up into 10th position there. Vesey dropping down 2 positions for Sweet as well. 4 positions there for Chaza. 6 positions for Knowlesy. 14 positions for Siege. I think he got pinched on the inside of turn 1 and 2, I reckon. And that is what has made him spin there. Troy is up the inside, having a look at the Williams. He's going for a switch up on it, switch back on at Chappers. Troy up into 7th position now. Chappers down into 8th. Gap in the front then is now 6/10 of a second then, and they come across the line of what an incredible start there for Troy. Up 7 positions there. Percy's at the fast side of the race. Kush is all over the back of Boxstar, or as he can be. Look at Wouter. He is not letting the medium shot Aston Martin get away at this moment. And I thought that Percy would like to have really extended this whilst he was on the softer compound tyre compared to the drivers around him. That is just not happening at all at the moment, is it? And look at this, and it's now Chappers had dropped down the order. He's been superb in qualifying, and I think the race said it as Vessier's got a 3-second penalty already. It's going to be a long race if he gets penalties that early on, unfortunately for Vessier. But let's see how it goes, because a lot of it's not over yet though, because I do expect other drivers to have penalties as well. Troy is flying. He is up into 6th position after 2 laps, and he is down in 14th position. He made a mistake, I think, in qualifying. Unbeknownst to me, as it took me a very long time to figure that out, and it was Percy who pointed that out to us. And as I did not have a clue about that, and unfortunately, which you shouldn't think so, shouldn't you? Really, as I should be narrating what's going on, but I completely missed that on board with Kushan, who seems to be giving the championship leader Box out a bit of a squeeze at the moment. Percy leads the way, kind of get himself back into the winner's circle. Then, of course, he's had 4 Grand Prix wins this season. I hazard a guess. Then he's now got 5 pole positions, so it's 5 apiece between himself and his championship rival Boxstar. Boxstar has a 19-point lead in the World Championship, a 24-point lead between himself and Troy. Troy had a nightmare qualifying, but he has got himself back up into 6th position, and he's maybe going to be a bit of a fright, I think, for Boxstar and Percy to find that information out. Now DRS has been enabled then, and we're going to see how this DRS goes. And we normally have DRS trains down the back straight. This is a new era of Formula 1 car here in Paul Ricard tonight, though, isn't it? So we'll see how that one go. Liam has also moved himself up to 6th position as well, and flying through the field. Both Mercedes have had a pretty disappointing start, with Sweet down in 14th, 15th position for Chaza. Vessier has gone off the circuit there. Is recovering now in the second Ferrari, as Chaza has lost out to his teammate as well, unfortunately. So the gap is already, if Percy and Ruter can get out of the DRS of Boxtel. Boxtel looks like he's struggling with the straight line pace down that back straight. So Chaz has got back past his team, and then there's a Marquis moving his way past Vesley, but Vesley has braked so much there than Marquis, and trying to get through, but Marquis has the inside, and he overtakes, passes Vesley, but Vesley going back into the slipstream, and there's no DRS at the second part. He's long straight, and he's going on the outside. No, he isn't. He stays in 12th position there, and Troy drop in. Troy, oh my goodness me, and that's very uncharacteristic to see Troy making 2 mistakes on a race weekend, but that's exactly what's happened here tonight. The man who's for the championship, he is having a bit of a nightmare French Grand Prix at the moment. He is dropped down at top of this. He's behind his teammate, Troy is then. So that is not good news there for the man who's thrown the championship. And his fans are going to be all groaning now. And the man who had such a superb start in the opening stage of this race has all come undone in the matter of moments here in the French Grand Prix. Absolute disappointment, absolute heartbreak here. Liam there dropping down to 40 positions. Chance has made his way back up in the first and also trying to get himself back from the field. He's back where he's starting now. There's some lead there for Chance. My word, and of course, so that was very important, the opening stage of this race, because Percy has not broken the DRS, and now he's going to be towing these guys along now. Knowlesy's lost out to Siege, and he's dropped down the order. No pit stops at this opening stage of this race, and so no one has had to come in and change their strategy because of damage, which is very rare to see them, but as I mentioned before, it's so there's such open space around here, isn't there? Rooter is really pushing on that. He is absolutely a man possessed here tonight. He, in the early stages of this championship, Rooter, of course, won the first race, his debut race in the ALR. He won the Bahrain Grand Prix about 11 races ago, and he is very much on song here tonight as well. Of course, unfortunately, he has dropped off. He's had a bit of a disappointing spot at the end of 2022 and the beginning of this year, but my goodness me, he is now back on it, and he's 83-ish points away in the championship fight then. But goodness me, that's not going to stop him then. We've still got well over half distance to go in this championship there. As we mentioned, at the end of this race is going to be the official half distance at the end of round 12 of 24, the longest ever season in the ALR. So this is very much a marathon and a sprint this season. Across the grid hatch they come then, and look at the top five. They're all pushing each other along. And Glock is just about keeping his fingertips then on Cushion, the back end of Cushion, as Rooter having a look into turn one then. No Dice Simone back on board, the man who's second in the race at the moment. And of course he was fourth in the World Championship. Rooter is and he is flying the flag for him and Cushion flying the flag beautifully well for the French manufacturer here tonight. It's great to see. It is great to see indeed then, as Alpine then, who is starting to really find momentum in the joint constructors, courtesy of the bronze team. But I think that Kush and Rooter have got something to say about that as well. Glock has lost a tenth of a second in the opening sectors here again, so Glock is going to have to find a bit of momentum here. But luckily, he can gain all that loss he's gaining now on the back straight with DRS. And look at this, and there's contact then between Rooter and Percy, and I missed that completely, and Cash all over the back now, and of course I completely missed that. Did Rooter outbreak himself, or was he just so much quicker? He is all over the back of Glock now as well. Shocking behaviour by me. I'm still out of touch, I think, and now he's going up the inside and having a look here. He's having a look there, Rooter, and he's up the inside of Glock. He's really, as far as been lit and under his rear posterior at the moment, and he's on the inside, but Glock has got the inside to the next turn. My word. And did Rooter break himself, or did Percy turn in on him? We did not see that on stream then. Yellow flag as the second AlphaTauri has just come across. He's lost over the wing now, and that is a major blow indeed. So he's hit the Tech Pro. Vesey outside. He's trying to be cautiously coming back on circuit. Vesey, I think that has to be removed because he's just trying to get out of people's way. Of course, Farf is the admin there, but I think that Farf would certainly know. I think Farf is quite a fair admin, to be honest. So I think that he's also got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. I don't think that one will be removed, but I think the 10-second one will be. Lovely shot here as the two championship protagonists are now going head-to-head here in the French Grand Prix. I love this shot here. Look at these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars and a fight in here in the French Grand Prix. 3 seconds gap is between Green and Rooter in the battle for 5th and 6th position. And now going down the back straight, DRS said once again, Glock there just about his fingertips are hanging on to the DRS of Kush there, which is Rooter's teammate. Is Rooter going to have a look then? Not quite then, is he? It's not too far across there. Yellow flag. Vesey is out of the race there, so that is such a shame there for Vesey. And we got safety car for some reason. What have we got a safety car for? As I thought that the yellow flag was for Vesey. Is Vesey crashed in the pit lane? I'm wondering if, because that's has he crashed in the pit lane? I'm not sure, but it's a safety car nonetheless, because we would have had a safety car much earlier on if it was for Vesey, because Vesey crashed around this part of the circuit here. So what is this going to do then? And I wonder if the medium runners are going to come in the pits, and this is advantage to the medium runners, I think, and who are going to go onto the hard tires, which should get them to the end of the race. But I think the hard runners are probably not going to be too interesting. No, but Percy stays out here. I thought they were going to come to the pits. Kush has come into the pits, though. This is what I find exciting actually, because both Alpines are in the pit set, and both of them on hard tires, and so they are rolling the dice here. But unfortunately for Bucci, he's going after the lineup behind his teammate. The medium tires are going on. I'm surprised the hard runners in the pits. I thought it would be the medium runner personally coming into the pits personally, as the Alpine cars are being serviced now. Then as now Kutch coming out of the pits, and now into the pits comes Alhan as well. Also going on to the medium compound tires. Can they get him to the end of the race from here? I'll be surprised if they can, to be fair. But this is a good opportunity for Siege. I think that Siege could potentially be on some good points here. As has Troy as well. He's had a nightmare start to this race. He had a nightmare start in qualifying as well. But now then, Troy, this could help him out here. As Chaffer's also on the medium tyres as well. Then this one is Sweet coming out of the pits down in 19th position. A bit of a difficult one. Troy pits for hard. Serious Russian saying that. Thank you very much, Serious Russian. Of course, you have to keep pointing things out to me because I keep missing them tonight. Goodness gracious me. So. Let's take stock. We're on lap 7 of 27 here. We've got the top 10 drivers all on hard tyres, apart from Percy, who's on the medium tyres. None of them are stocked yet, and I think this is a mistake from the champion, from Percy, who was second in the World Championship. I don't want to say anything just yet, but I feel that he should have come into the pits and taken this opportunity. However, he may want a straight fight between himself and Bogdan while getting held up into the it doesn't want to get held up when he's coming through the field. He can't say, "Oh, Percy stays out." Yes, I'm surprised by that as well. I'm glad he was surprised by that, because it makes me feel much better now, because I actually feels like I know what I'm talking about, which, I'm going to be honest, is not very often I know what I'm talking about, but I hope I know what I'm talking about half the time, or at least a third of the time. So Kush is the leading car, who's coming to pits on the medium tyre. I don't think the medium tyre is going to be able to do 20 laps, you know. I think he's going to have to come back to pits. We did mention earlier on in the start of the broadcast that maybe, just maybe, it could be a mistake by Percy. I think it might be a mistake as well. But he won't. But the saving grace of that is that he won't have to come through the field. I have no idea too. He was saying good stuff. So well, at least we're both wrong together, which does so that then too. So I'm not too worried about that. We're both wrong, because at least if I am wrong, I'm also wrong with a Grand Prix winner. So that's good stuff. Into the pits comes Nosey, a 3-time Grand Prix winner in gold. Of course. Going into the pits, and I think he's in the Kimi Räikkönen stage of his career. I'd say he's doing this more of a hobby at the moment, as he is now coming out of the pits in the Red Bull. Personally, I'd like to see none of us do. So as Russian said, I would definitely disagree with that. Then, of course, you guys are very knowledgeable in the comments. Very knowledgeable indeed. That Nosey coming out of the pits now. I was just saying I'd like to see Nosey back to his best in ALR, because he did have 3 Grand Prix wins out in there, of course, for those first 8 non-races in season 5, and that was the peak version of Emerson as well. Of course, Emerson is the I do harp on about this a lot. A lot of you guys may get a bit boring of me talking about Emerson all the time. However, of course, Emerson is got all the records in ALR gold, basically most of them anyway. Of course, with the most wins. I think he's got the most pole positions, well, most race starts in a single division, single championship. He is pretty upright driver, but in season 5, when Emerson was at the peak of his powers, Nosey was going head to head. So I think it's 3 wins for Emerson, 3 wins for Nosey in the first stage of that championship. Absolutely love that. So first start, then of course Emerson then just went to Vettel mode and just won absolutely a load on the trot, didn't he? I think he won 5 or 6 races in a row at one point in that season. It was pretty audacious and stuff indeed then. But yes, we'd like to see Nosey back to his best one day, won't he? But of course, as I mentioned now, I think he's doing a Kimi Räikkönen style just doing it as a hobby at the moment. Now Nosey is in ALR Gold then. But I think he is enjoying himself, as he's getting to try all different kinds of cars at the moment, isn't he? Nosey is. And he's also 69 Grand Prix stars as well. I think that this is Chazer's 50th Grand Prix star as well. So good stuff indeed there for Chazer. Lovely jubbly indeed there. So Nosey, Nosey on the 69 star. I think it's the most experienced driver on the grid here tonight. And Chazer 50th Grand Prix star as well. But he hopes to get a win sooner rather than later. Otherwise, he might be the most experienced driver without a Grand Prix win. But that currently sits with Gunnar on them 72 Grand Prix starts. Of course, the legendary Irishman. Lap 8 out of 27 here. So Percy is going to be on medium tyres, which I still think that they're not good. They're going to be quicker than the hard tyres, but only for a lap or two. for the hard tyres really become the more preferred tyre. But we're back racing here in France, and I'm surprised we got a safety car here. I don't think that would have been factored in a lot of driver strategy. And Fessier's off the circuit, and Reuter, who's dropped down to 14th position, then as a Coupe has dropped down into 10th position as well in the Williams car. But he's on a very old hard tyres. And look at that, as Reuter is now back up past Alhan and makes his way through Chappers. He's got a 3-second penalty boxed out. Is not letting the man who's close to him in the World Championship out of his sight at the moment. Now, I think that Troy is a very much who's going to be interested to see how this one goes out. Serious Mushroom, Granty must be close to Emerson's wins there. Gunnar got Gunnar, but not forgotten. I don't think anyone could ever forget Gunnar. Absolutely legend of the ALR, isn't he? No, I think Granty. I'm sure he's only got 13. I think he is now third or second. I'm sure he's only got 13 or 14 race wins at the moment. Because I think the German equaled his race win tally in the Canadian Grand Prix a few races ago. So I think Granty only had 13 race wins, but he did have. But Granty is second in the podiums this time because Granty was an absolute machine of consistency, wasn't he? Back when him and Emerson was having those incredible scraps between season 2 to season 4 of ALR. The golden period of ALR, wasn't it? Really, that was an absolutely incredible period to be a part of, wasn't it? Love that. Chazer then, who's in 8th position moment, he hasn't pitted just yet. Kush has. He is the highest driver to have pitted, and he's now all over the back of Markey, who hasn't pitted. As I think that Kush is going to be leading this race at some point in this race, if he doesn't trip over anyone. And it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from here. And Kush now is up into a very fine 6th position, and also sets the fastest lap of the race. That overtakes Markey. Now we have DRS available. Now we also have DRS available as well. Then so good stuff indeed there for Kush. It's going to get very interesting indeed then for the Alpine driver. Yes, just confirming. Yes, serious Musha. So Granty has 13 race wins to his name, and so I think that is joint second on the list now with German. So German's got 13, and so has Granty. However, Granty has 31 podiums, which is where he was so good. Was just his relentless consistency, because even when he had bad races, Granty used to be able to claw his way back up the order and get a podium. And Coupe has spun the car on the curb there, and that's unfortunate there, but he spins the car back around then. But yeah, that's disappointing for the Williams driver. I don't think that was a tyre issue there, but unfortunately, I think he just took too much curb potentially. But that is a big blow indeed. And this battle for the lead at the moment. No, because Kush is on the inside of Rage, and now we've got Liam here dropping down as well because Reuter's got past the second Haas car, and here comes Kush then. Of course, Kush has been very aggressive as there. I do like his aggression though, of course, but I think he definitely has toned that back a bit in the last race or two, as there. And but at this point, he does need his aggression here. What he needs then is a calm, cool head. That he is on the preferred tyre at the moment now, and he doesn't want to trip over anyone. Reuter up into 9th position as well. Where is Troy? He is still down in 13th position, but he's on the hard tyres, and I think Troy is the highest runner apart from Chappers. Well, Chappers is the highest runner, but Troy is the second highest runner on the hard tyre. That I think it'll be the preferred tyre going to in the race, but it does depend on how quick these drivers are going to catch him, because what is boxed out Glock and Green going to do, and Mr. Rage and Markey as well then, and Chaza, will they get to the soft? Can they get onto the soft tyres then? I'm not sure. The soft tyres can only do a couple laps around here. I'd say about between 5 and 7 laps, and 7 laps is a bit of a push as Kush has got past it up in the 4th position now. Alhan also getting past Chappers as well. And Chappers is thinking the long term. It's all about the long term game for Troy and Chappers at the moment there. But we got an incredible battle between Green and Kush. And we got yellow flag as Liam is out of the race. And what is happening there? And is that going to be? It's a safety car here. Now that is going to put the cat amongst the pigeons. Liam out of the Grand Prix. I wonder if he did something similar to Coupe the Coupe did a minute ago, where he got onto the curb there and spun the car. But it's a safety car now, and Percy leads the race, and I think that this has now put the race back into the hands of Percy, hasn't there, in the Aston Martin. And goodness gracious me, now he's in the pits, and this is golden opportunity now for Percy, and I think the race is back into the championship, into the man who's second the world championship here. Kush is staying out. Who else is staying out there? Someone else is staying up behind him as well. Is that Green? It was Green who stayed out as well. Safety car out there for the second time. That's Percy sorting out. Sarah Marshall saying, yeah, definitely. I think that is golden, isn't it, for Percy? The race is starting to fall into place now. I was surprised. I'm going to be honest, I was surprised that he didn't come in the pits first time around, but he must be Mystic Meg. Rooter in third position, Alhan fourth, for Troy in fifth, and Sweet in sixth position. That Percy coming out of the pits in seventh position. And I thought that Chappers was also on the hard tires as well, but Chappers has gone to the medium tires now, so he has switched his strategy. So Percy is in seventh position there, box down eighth position. Can the medium tires get to the end is going to be the question on my mind. Ninth is Glock, Nosey in 10th position at the moment now. Siege is going to be on the hard tires, 11th position, so both Aston Martins I think are going to be sorted as well. Wow, absolutely, oh, this is a shocking development in this race, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. Excuse me. Oh goodness me! As Barber is done level ups on those medium tires. I think he would like to come in and find a fresh set of boots. I think before he gets going again. Then a very overcast day here in ALR. Talking about, oh, of course this is ALR. And talking of which, coming up in the next couple of days, we do have action from Silver, Bronze, and the 100% League. I haven't seen what is the 100% League. I think it's Hungary, isn't it? Because it does follow the official calendar of ALR, I think, more or less. Troy is still in for a podium in fifth position. Yeah, I think that Troy will probably be looking at. Of course, he is the highest runner on the hard tires, which he came into the pits on that that first safety car. But Percy is basically just one car behind him now. He's in seventh position, whereas Troy is in fifth. So it's going to be very difficult. I think that the 5 laps around here is forever and a day. So I do think that Troy is going to have to really get defensive if he wants to win this one. But anything could happen. There could be another safety car. I wasn't expecting a safety car tonight, but we've had 2 so far. The EME out of the race along with Vesey as well. Nosey in the pits. I thought Nosey found some hacks there, but he's in the pits there. And I think that Nosey is going to be going to the hard tires until the end of the race in the Red Bull racing car. Of course, over Red Bull, of course, they got a partnership now, haven't they, with the Ford, haven't they? I think that it's more of a branding exercise, though, really, rather than an actual partnership. Ford may do some work on the hybrid system, but I think there's still going to be predominantly a Red Bull engine, or a Honda, which is now a Red Bull engine, which they're going to badge as Ford, I think, or something like that. That's the rumours, isn't it, when they release that car, anyway. So very interesting stuff indeed there. Of course, it's great to see the brand of Ford back into F1, because they have had such a great history, Ford have in Formula 1 over the years. Of course, the last championship they had with Formula 1 was actually in the Benetton years, wasn't it? 94 with Michael Schumacher. Then Michael Schumacher's first first championship with the Benetton Ford there, because before Benetton switched to the Renault Power from 95. 95 was pretty impressive there for the Benetton team, wasn't it? Serious mission, smart thinking by Nosey going on to the medium tires there, yeah, because he knew that the safety car would have been out for an extra lap or 2. 18 cars remain in this race, and lap 13 out of 27 here. We're about half distance in this race then, here tonight. Then, of course, tomorrow night is Silver, Tuesday night is Bronze, and Wednesday night is 100% then for Hungary, I think. The safety cars really hurt the Alpine team, I feel. Safety cars in the inside, then so Bert Mylander is going to dash away, then Kush becomes the de facto safety car. Of course, he did win Austria for about a day or 2, didn't he, before that win was taken off him. But can he get a Grand Prix win here tonight then in the here in France for himself and the Alpine? And this would be the perfect place to get his Grand Prix win. Alpine's got 1 win already with Rooter. Rooter I think got 1 win. Actually, I don't think he was in the Alpine though when he got that win. Cooper's dropped right down to the back. Serious Worship, yes, thank you very much, Serious Worship. I'm glad that I should have looked at the calendar, really, shouldn't I? As I said already, I prefer to fail, and all that kind of good stuff. But Cooper's dropped right down to 18th position now, so he's had an issue there under the safety car. Right, when is he going to? I think Kush is gone. He has gone, and he's left Green napping here. Wooter needs to get past Green as quickly as possible. No DRS until the end of the second lap, then third lap, I should say. And accelerates away, and now across the line, and Kaz are in the comments as well. Hello to you, Kaz, and I'll read your comments out in a minute then, because I don't take my eyes off of this vital lap up here at the start of this, at the end of this safety car. That's going to be contact, goodness me. And Sweet there almost went to the back of Percy. And luckily, very lucky indeed, did Percy not give Sweet too much of elbow room at the exit there. We've also got Glock trying to force his way through as well. That's not usually an overtake maneuver, but it is like Mr. Rage, and they're all trying to like get through. Mr. Rage, he has got through and made his way up into Sweet's gone from 10th to 6th to 10th there, up into third position, goes down into third, goes Green, up into second goes Wooter. We've just seen Marky getting past Sweet as well. Sweet has lost 5 positions in the matter of a space of a couple of corners, which I think he should have come in the pits potentially there, but of course hindsight's a wonderful thing. Kush has found a second and a half then on his opening lap then. And now Troy, who has now got the fresh tyres of Percy behind him now. Medium runners, oh goodness me, medium runners there of Box Out Glock, Mr. Rage, Marky and Charles. Can they get to the end of the race then on those medium tyres is my question. Percy, we think, can get to the end on those hard tyres. Well, we know he can get to the end on those hard. The Glock is off the circuit. Oh no, and he was in prime position to maybe get a podium here if things transpired the way we expect them to transpire, but that is not what we was expecting. He has dropped down to the back of the field. Kush is at the fastest half of the race then. Back to this battle here then, which is between Troy, between Percy and Box as well. The top three in the World Championship is 5th, 6th, 7th in this race at the moment. Alhan just in front of him. He's done 8 laps on those medium tyres along with the top 2 at the front at the moment. Then they're all over the back of each other here. Troy would like that safety, DRS to come into play anytime now, really, but he's got to wait another lap then before DRS comes into play, and I think the Percy is going to be past him going down the back straight. Percy's got some monstrous straight line speed. He was quick in the wet, he's also quick in the dry as well. Percy's really nailing tonight, isn't he, at the moment, but of course we've just got over half this time. There's a Troy, goodness me, now he's going back to the future now. He is now back, he's now in 4th position now. Percy is going to have a lunge, is he? He is, there he is there, but Alhan's not going to wave him through. Yellow flag in sector 2. It's out of turn 7. It is one of the Ferraris. It is Barbara now. Unfortunately, had a close shave. I'm not sure if he's hit the wall or not. And we're just watching Percy now going into the scene corner, passes the Alfa Romeo. And through he goes then. Good stuff then. Now Box Out needs to get through as well quite quickly. He will have help with DRS though in the next couple of laps to Box Out, the championship leader. Percy and Lucas now trying to extend their lead. Alhan is going to struggle with grip, isn't he, there, as he has done 8 laps on those at medium compound tyres. Lovely over the shoulder shot here with the McLaren driver, as Alhan is not going to wave anyone by then. Chappers has made his way past Sweet then. Sweet is tumbling like a fruit machine in that Mercedes. He did not pit then. One of only a few drivers that did not pit under that second safety car period, unfortunately, is he didn't want to give up track position. And same with the Renaults, the Alpines as well. Box Out getting past Alhan and moving himself up into a sweet 6th position now. Troy now is gained on the back of Green, who has not stopped at all yet. I think he is the only driver, Green, is not stopped in this race at all. Yellow flag then, as we got a ghost yellow flag then. Sweet has got a 3-second penalty. That yellow flag has gone. So there was a yellow flag around there, but no one's about there unless it was Deborah from the Ferrari, but the Ferrari hasn't come in the pit set. But anyway, that's not going to hurt, I don't think, too much, because DRS has now been enabled then. Here comes Troy. Troy needs to get this move done. He hasn't got the move done, as Percy has dropped ever so slightly back. And Mr. Rage trying to get past Alhan. Lovely, sweet move there from Mr. Rage. He is on fire here tonight. This is a good race so far for the only Haas left in this one. But look at this, and Alhan is trying to sneak back through here, going into scene corner. I've hit the wrong button. Oh, goodness me. And for the came to blows there, and it was very close indeed, was it? Look at that. Look at Troy all over the back of the green car. The Red Bull car of Green. And but Mr. Rage, that's great racing. Great respect from both drivers. I absolutely love it. Oh, fantastic. And goodness gracious me. And through they go then. Serious Mushroom is saying then that he's not sure that the 2 mediums in front are going to get to the end then. But maybe the ones like Box Down, Mr. Rage and Co might be able to get to the end from there. Kaz, good to hear your voice. That means racing is back. And good luck, drivers. And good evening to you, Kaz. I hope it's all lovely over in the Canadian side of the world. Just watching Troy move his way up into 3rd position, then, which down into 4th goes Green. And Green, I think, is trying to get to a soft window then before a soft window and then going on to the soft tyres until the end of the race. But of course the soft tyres do degrade quite easily around here. Now boxed out all over the back of his championship rival Percy. There's been a bit of needle between these two, hasn't there? Of course, especially the Austrian Grand Prix last time out there. And I'm wondering then if we're going to see something to say there, because here comes boxed out flying. I'm going to see Percy just get him a squeeze. Here she comes down the hanger straight. And now when boxed out takes over, or does he? Because look, he's coming back on the inside. Remember that this is not only the battle for the French Grand Prix, it's also the battle for the World Championship as well. As Percy is harvesting here, and he's squeezing him off the circuit. He's almost off the circuit and going into the same corner. Goodness gracious me! And wow, incredible stuff. Boxed out, remember, is on the medium compound tires. He's going to go back up and under here. Percy is Percy and boxed out going head to head. This is all or nothing here at the French Grand Prix. We're only in halfway distance of the championship, but this is all important, isn't there? With 12 rounds to go after this one, but boxed out is up the inside. Oh, then he's coming back, and Percy is not laying down here. They're forcing each other wide, and incredible. Percy's off the circuit, and he's got into green. Oh no! And Percy has spun off there. Oh my goodness me! Oh, what has Percy got damage? I'm not sure if he's got damage or not then, but that is absolutely incredible stuff indeed. And I've run out of lungs here. My goodness me. Oh gosh. Right, let me get my graphic back up. I need to get some decorum in this box. Good heavens, Percy has dropped down into 11th position now. I don't think he's got damage. I think the damage was off the Red Bull car of green. Boxtown now into 4th position. That's allowed Troy to extend his lead over himself and Boxtown and get himself out of DRS then. I don't think the Aston Martin has damaged him, but there was a bit of a whack on the side pod of the Aston Martin. Alhan has dropped down the order. Yellow flag in the background. It's Coop who's had some issues in the second. Williams, unfortunately, as Percy is having a look into the second chicane that breaks up the back straight. And goodness, I think the Percy ran wide there, didn't he, and just spun it. I don't think that it was getting very robust, wasn't it, in the final sector around here. It was getting very robust around the final sector, but I believe that Percy dropped it. Maybe I'm wrong on that one, but I think he might have gotten the power out of the curb bender. But as I've just seen it there, as Serious Russian, even though I was jumping up there, Edu saying that Boxtal at it again there. But I'm wondering if was it a step over the Martin perhaps? Then I thought I loved it for us. I thought it was great racing, but and I thought that I generally thought that Percy just went wide and spun at the rear wheels. But my view on it was. My view was a bit obstructed because we didn't see Percy. We only seen Percy go off the track there, didn't we? I told you it's going to be a podium as well for Serious versus saying, well, Troy is up into the podium place at the moment. Then on board, Markey and McLaren are having a great day out here. Markey, this is a superb drive at the moment. Where is Percy? He's 2/10 of a second behind that Chappers in 9th position. He has the hard tires. We think that these medium runners can actually go to the end then. However, they are not. They're going to be well past their best. I think Kush has lost the lead to Wuta here. I think the two leading Alpine cars are going to have to come in the pits, and I don't think those medium tires go again. They're going to be falling apart quite quickly now. Is Kush, who I think sprinted away after that safety car start, is now really struggling. He has lost almost a second, as to Ruter, but we'll see him. Edu McLaren forced him off in a very in a manner in the second to last corner there. So I think that is Edu's. Oh goodness me, his barber is off the circuit. He's really strong with that corner tonight, isn't he? That is Edu's thoughts on that one. Goodness gracious me, then we're going to have more needle, aren't we, in this championship? And goodness gracious me, it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays. Oh my goodness me! And Glock has gone into Champions there, and Champions is out of the race. Alhan, and let's take a look then, because they was having a battle there, weren't they? And I was looking at the comments. Oh my goodness me. And yeah, just on board then, they was getting very fighty there, and they've just come together there, haven't they? So, and Chappers is out of the race on his debut for the Williams team here. If Alpines were together, they may be able to do it then. As Glock, thank you so much there. As and I think that's his fault, Glock's faults on that one. He's into the pits now, has to change the nose kind of things. The Alfa Romeo team are getting to work now, as he's now on the soft tires at the end of the race, and so hopefully the soft tires can carry him to the end. Then there's no safety car on that one, and goodness gracious me, then there's action all the way through this French Grand Prix. 3 retirements and Sweet Horse on soft tires and as well. Glock is not on soft tires, I apologise, I was reading the wrong graphic there. Glock is on the medium tires at the end, and Barbara's having issues then out the final couple of sectors as well. Boxtel is now gaining on Troy. Troy has done 13 laps on these hard tyres. Where is Percy? Percy is down into 12th position now, and Percy's gone back onto the medium tyres by the looks of things, but he's done 11 laps on those medium tyres, so I don't think that that's what he wanted. He wanted to probably have a new set of tyres there, but Percy is having a problem here. And no safety car, and Chappers is in the wall. I'm surprised because I thought that would have been a safety car, to be honest, because that looked quite violent indeed. Then between Glock and Chappers and out of the race, and 3 retirements in this one. Chappers has left the session absolutely devastated by that. The 2 Alpines are doing a good job. The gap is 3 seconds there. I haven't been looking at the gap because there's been so much action going on, but we're on board at Boxtel here. Percy down to 12th position now, and Chappers, I got completely wiped out fun times there, and as we've seen, the Glock and Chappers did come to blows there, and that is, and I think Chappers and Glock have got completely different viewpoints on that one, haven't they? So, but of course, there, if you've recorded your footage, throw it into Farf, as Farf will have a look then, and to see what occurred there. It was a very strange incident, there wasn't it? There, as a very strange incident indeed then, to be honest, as we're just watching Percy. This race has really unravelled heavily and pretty badly for Percy now, hasn't it? As it has gone really, really against the man who's second in the championship. The man who had an incredible pole position, and this is not looking good at all for the Aston Martin driver as on round 12, but there is still a long way to go. Remember, Boxtel had a lot of had a rough couple of races as well at the beginning of the season, but so there is anything to play for in here. And oh goodness me, as Chappers and Glock there, I think seeing 2 different opinions there. Of course, I would suggest throw your footage into the throw your footage in, guys. The Farf will have a look at that and see what's occurred. Reuter has got a 5-second penalty, and he's going to be on soft tyres now to the end of the race. But I think that 5-second penalty has all but it's going to be tough from here on in, isn't it? There, because I think that second safety car has really hurt the Alpine team. The gap is coming down quite significantly in the last couple of laps in this race as well. Troy is now going to have to really think about defending here, isn't he? From Boxtel. Boxtel, can he get a Grand Prix win here? He seems to be beyond the 8 ball in this one. Where's Reuter going to come out in? He should be well out in front of Coop, who is 25 odd seconds back then. Well, the gap is coming down quite quickly now, but yeah, he should be well out in front of that Williams car. Boxtel, who is going to attack Troy now. Troy hasn't got any DRS set, so he's got no DRS there, and goodness me, and Troy fighting for all he's worth. But Serious Russian is saying to Troy that he should let him through and then follow him, but Troy is having none of that. He's fighting. The medium tyre is going to have to go another 5 laps, and can he do 15 laps then? Kirsch has done 15 laps on those medium tyres, but he's struggling out at this stage then, and Troy is having a look, then he's going this way and that way, going very aggressive on Boxtel, the championship leader here. Yellow flag in sector 2 is the Aston Martin of Percy. It's a nightmare race for Percy, isn't there? As the Aston Martin also for some unknown reason put him on very old medium tyres there, which is a bit odd to me because I'm sure they would have had 2 sets of tyres, but unless he changed his tyre allocation perhaps, but I don't think he would have done. Into the pits, now comes Kirsten, the race leader. There's no 5-second penalty for the second Alpine car. Chaz does have a 5-second penalty. He's done 10 laps, Chaz has, on those medium tyres there. Troy is now down into 2nd position, but he does have DRS and he needs to stay in this DRS round. Look, Mr. Rachel with the 3rd, Marky up in the 4th at the moment. Kershu's down. Where is he? He's coming on the pits now. Siege is now 5th position then. Nosy in 6th position moment, and now Roots has passed as well. So I think that both Alpines are 7th, 8th position, which isn't too bad. Nosy driving a superb race in that second Red Bull at the moment. Who am I to tell? Who am I to tell Troy? Seriously, I should say that. But I think that's a very wise strategy, isn't it? Because I'm not sure the medium tyres, can they do another 4 laps around this French Grand Prix? I think the hard tyres of Troy will have done 5 laps more. However, as into the pits comes Percy, and he's got a 5-second penalty as well. It is a frustrating day for the man who's taking the championship. Troy can move up to 2nd in the championship at the moment, but he would love to get a Grand Prix win then. And as we're just now back on board, we're now just back on board. And Percy is also is not happy with Boxtel's driving standards, as of course, just like in Austria, they have come to blows again. Then, and we did hear Edu mention that Boxtel forced the Aston Martin off the circuit then as well. But of course, I think that the stewards will be looking very closely at this end, because it's starting to become a common occurrence, isn't it, between the two drivers here. And we do love a bit of needle, don't we? But of course, we also love a fair race as well. And so I think that Favre might have to start to think about cracking the whip then potentially. Then 3-second penalty as well. Troy or Marky for driver of the day, Sean. Ooh, that's going to be a tough one, isn't it? I would think. To be honest, Marky's done superbly well. So has Mr. Rage as well, personally. I think Mr. Rage's done a fantastic job. Knowlesy should be up there as well. If he had a reserve, we would have given it to him. But of course, reserves shouldn't get to drive the day unless, of course, your name is Welsh Maldonado, of course. Does attest to. Marky, sorry, Troy. I agree with that. Marky's done superbly well, along with Mr. Rage, in my opinion. Yes, indeed. And so both drivers doing an absolutely fantastic performance out there. Can Troy, with 3 laps to go in this one, get this Grand Prix win here? Yellow flag in one, and that's one of the Mercedes. Is that Chaza, who is he's just recovering from a spin, I think that was for Chaza. Troy is not. I thought he'd be all over the back of the McLaren. And look at these top 3 down there in a league of their own at the moment. Siege in 11th position now. Whereas Percy's down in 16th position now. He's on the soft tyres. I don't understand why Aston Martin put him on old medium tyres. So we'll have to think about that after the race, I would say, because I don't understand that at all, why he was back on the medium tyres and they done 13 laps. And you see the cloud cover coming back in then. I think that's getting ready for tomorrow's race then. Exactly, Sean. Damn you, Maldonado. Indeed, that of course. I do love one, but serious question. To be fair, she had an absolutely cracking race out. I think it was Silverstone, wasn't it? An absolutely superb race as well. Of course, on a normal day, I think Serious Mushroom would have got that driver of the day, because he did superbly well, didn't he? So I think the Mushroom finished 5th or 4th that day. It was absolutely superb race indeed. Up and down the field in bronze. That was magnificent, wasn't it? That 25 out of 27 here tonight, then. There is going to be some ramifications after this one, then. We have got Routers now all over the back of Siege, and he would like to get past Siege going into turn 1, but he's too far back at the moment. Kush has got fast after the race as well, as they are now all trying to get some points then. We've got a couple of flash points in this one now, Chappers and Glock, and also we've got the battling championship rivals again, Percy and Boxtel, who have also come to blows. Have also come to blows as well around this circuit. Twice in a row now. Goodness gracious me, it's been turning into a Verstappen and Hamilton-esque kind of feud, isn't it? And goodness gracious me, we do love a bit of needle. But I think, the stewards are going to probably be looking into that then, I think, at the end of this one. Boxtel leads the way on 25 out of 27 here, with Troy in 2nd, Rage in 3rd, and Marky in 4th position. A great day for McLaren, a great day for Mr. Rage as well. From the outset, Mr. Rage looked good here. Wet or dry, didn't he? Superb 70. Yeah, she had a great race, deserved it. I was 4th. But yeah, Serious Mushroom would have got driver today. If I'm going to blame I'll go blame Smithy Almighty, as Percy's got the fast off the race, because that point may help him out. Later on in the championship. But Boxtel, this is a major step in the right direction for Boxtel in his championship bid to be crowned the world champion of season 8 of ALR Gold here tonight. And not here tonight, I say, because goodness gracious me, we've got so many more races to go before we crown a champion. Goodness gracious me. But Boxtel Second to last lap. I'm wondering if those medium tires are now starting to struggle then, as Coop has spun the car at the exit of, I think it's the exit of turn 12 or 13, at the furthest part of the circuit from where we are at the moment. So that's unfortunate for Coop, who's in 12th position on his debut as well. So yes, indeed. Then look at these top four. Then goodness gracious me, the medium tires are hanging on superbly well, and they're doing an absolutely magnificent job. Then Kirsch is now all over the back of Siege as well. Knowlesy doing a superb job in 8th position in that Red Bull car, and showing that he is very much wise above his years, beyond his years, isn't he? As he has kept himself out of trouble on those medium tires and has elevated himself up into 8th position. As Sirius Bishop said earlier on this program, that Knowlesy was doing a very, very shrewd strategy call there, and he certainly is. He's certainly reaping the benefits now in 8th position, and that's a Red Bull car. Gosh, I'm into 6th position there. I feel that second safety car has really hurt the Alpine team now. Do you think the Alpine would have been able to get? Do you think that if that second safety car didn't come out, that we could have? That potentially one of the Alpines could have won this race? That's going to be an open-ended question, isn't it? It's kind of like a what-if in the Marvel universe, isn't it, really? Definitely, as I thought Troy was going off the circuit there. Mr. Rage did an absolutely outstanding job. Yeah, I think Mr. Rage probably deserves drive of the day with Markey as a very deserved runner-up there. Out of the final turn, and yellow flag on the back straight is one of the Ferraris. I think it's Barber just letting his compatriots through there. We're on the final lap, then Troy is going to have one more chance down the back straight here if he wants to win his third race win of the season. Then for Troy, he's done 20 laps on these hard tyres. I think that second safety car has really thrown through the advantage back, didn't they, into the hands of, I thought originally, the hands of Percy and the two Aston Martins, but that really wasn't the case, as it was the drivers that swapped from the harsh and the medium that have really helped themselves in this one tonight, haven't they? And we're on the final lap now. This French Grand Prix is absolutely flown by. Goodness gracious me, we're back. ALR has returned after a week's break there, and we have got more action, and it doesn't feel like we've been away for 2 weeks, have we? Goodness gracious me. As Percy is slowing down there and really having some issues there, isn't he, with the Aston Martin car. I wonder if he's out of fuel then. On board with Troy now as we're coming through the scene corner, and Troy is too far back at the moment. Mr. Rage has dropped off the back as well. Can Markey spring a... no, he can't because he's too far back at the moment then. And just watching then as Box Out coming into the final couple of corners now, and Box Out is going to be his 5th race win of the season if he can just get home then in this final stage of this Grand Prix as well for the McLaren team. Glock is up to 13th position now then, but I think that what could have been for the Alfa Romeo there, and Troy up the inside there into the final turn then, but not quite then, and Boxed out of the final turn, and Boxed out is going to win the 5th race win of the season for him, and yes, Boxed out wins the French Grand Prix, and that's his 5th race win of the season then, with Troy in second, Mr. Rage in third, and Mr. Rage also gets driver of the day, but with Markey a very close second for driver of the day. Reuter getting a 5-second penalty down there, which has cost him. Goodness me, look how much time that's cost Reuter. Kush having a good final stage of that race as well. My goodness me, what an action-packed race there. But the talking points, I think, are going to be that incredible series of corners between Boxed Out and Percy there. It was very, very close between those two drivers, wasn't it? But Percy, I think Percy and a couple of viewers did state that Boxed Out may have pushed the Aston Martin off the circuit ever so slightly, but of course we'll see what the stewards have to make of that then. But it's 2 races in a row. We've got a flashpoint between the 2 championship protagonists here, and Boxed Out finished second here, and Troy finished second here today as well. He's got himself up into second in the World Championship, but he has lost that. He has lost, and there are 7 points to himself in Boxed Out, so Boxed Out extends in the championships now over a race win. And Knowles enjoyed it there. I absolutely have no quarrels about that. And here comes Boxed Out. As I mentioned, this is 5th race win of the season and 11 starts then. So he's got a 50%, almost a 50% win rate then, as we return to action here in France. And Kush is mentioning that he was that first safety car feels a bit sus, and I kind of agree with that, because actually I don't know why that safety car came out. I'm not saying that the drivers did that on purpose. What I am saying is that I keep smashing my headset. What I'm saying is that that safety car came out while after the incident happened with the with the AlphaTauri. So I'm not too sure about that first safety car. Interesting stuff indeed. Then, as Percy is a very unhappy chappy then. So it's Russia. He can't show on. He's a reserve. Oh wait, of course. If I was doing drive today, reserves do count then, but that's because I've read the rules all the time. Let's take a final classification then from the French Grand Prix. Box Towers fifth race win the season. So Troy finished second state, and a great recovery from Troy. Mr. Rage drive the day in third. Marky in fourth position. Fifth is Kush. Sixth is Siege. Nolsey seventh. Great drive. Eighth is Wooter. Ninth is Chaza. Alhan in 10th position. Green 11th. Co-op in 12th position. 13th is Glock. Vessier 14th. Sweet 50th. Percy 16th. Then with Barber 17th. Retirements was Chapier, Liam Yeh, and Vessier retired from the French Grand Prix. And we got the drivers that have just jumped into the commentary box as well. And Box Alash, your your fifth race win of the season here tonight in McLaren have really started to elevate themselves at the constructors as well, with Markey finishing fourth today. But going to your race win, then how do you feel about that? This is an important day in the championship, is it not?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was a pretty bad qualifying, but still I managed to get the win in the race again. So yeah, that's good.
And you've now extended your lead in the World Championship. It's over a race win then, so now we've got some breathing room going into the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're now at halfway, half distance in this championship as well. Would you believe then? But how are you feeling then? Of course, you had a break. Did you feel that break came at a wrong time for you? It doesn't seem to have done, because you seem to be on the top step still.
No, I just had a setup that was just meant for the dry, so it was pretty awful in the wet. I just had no grip, but yeah, I was still pretty happy with my P3 in the end in qualifying.
And of course, there was an action point in Austria, wasn't it, between yourself and Percy? And it seems like there might have been an action point as well in the final couple of turns as well, when you and Percy going side by side. That was a great series of corners there, but unfortunately, it did end up with Percy spinning. What was your viewpoint on that?
Well, I mean, I tried to overtake him, but you just can't overtake him when he's defending. I mean, it's impossible because if you overtake him, he would just send it into the inside. But yeah, I don't know. I have those actions with him when I overtake Troy. I never have those issues, so I don't know how it's possible. But you know, probably will be a report again. But in my point of view, I just I tried to get a good battle, but yeah, he just pushed me off the track, so I'm pushing back, and he went off the track and was ahead of me. So I just passed him back outside of the tracks because I mean that's fair because he did the same. So I don't know. We'll see what the stewards will think of it.
And does that do you change your approach then when you're fighting with Percy? He was your closest rival in the championship, with Troy Moon at second now. But do you have to? It's very much of a Verstappen and Hamilton kind of viewpoint from what I was saying in the race. Then, do you have to take a different approach then when fighting Percy?
Well, when I'm behind Percy and I'm trying to overtake, I just I try to take it a little bit more careful because I know he's defending pretty aggressive and overtakes pretty aggressive. So yeah, I mean I'm just a bit of a careful driver to by overtaking, and I mean I think that's the issue that we collide a lot because we have a pretty different driving style. So maybe that's it. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
And of course, McLaren got a really good bucket of points today as well, with Markey getting fourth. McLaren are going for their third constructors in a row then. But since you've gone into that McLaren seat, you've really elevated that team back up to winning ways then. So is the constructors just as important as the drivers in your opinion?
Well, it's good to have, by my teammate scoring good points. So yeah, it's another good battle to look at for the constructors. So yeah, I'm pretty glad with that.
Really well done today, Box out your fifth race win of the season. Magnificent stuff indeed. And let's come to, I think that
Thank you.
Troy jumped into the party. I hope he did anyway. Otherwise, I'm going to look like a fool now. Hello, Troy.
Hello,
Hello.
Sean.
And so then we're going to start off with the negatives because I am a bit of a negative Nancy. But in terms of your qualifying performance today, unfortunately you did went down to 14th position. We didn't see what happened on the stream then, and I didn't notice it until Percy told me in the comments. What happened in qualifying?
Man, I don't know to be honest. Sometimes I just have these moments, where I just go full ham and just continue to push for no reason in quali. I need to stop doing that, man. So basically, I had set a lap and yeah, without thinking, I just go for another push lap, although I'm safe, and I binned it, which wasn't ideal. I don't think I would have contested for pole anyways, because I looked like Percy was on a different level when it came to qualifying. But it would still be nice to be up there, to be fair.
And then going on to more of the positive stuff in the race as well. But my goodness me, your opening 2-3 laps around here tonight was absolutely magical. I don't know how you did it then, but you navigated your way from 14th up to I think it was 6th or 5th in the opening 2 laps. What was going on there? Goodness me, it seems like they parted the ocean for you.
Yeah, man, I just like had to make it work. I started on mediums because I had to do something different. So seeing literally like 80-85% of the grid starting on hards, I was actually happy with it because that gave me a lot of options when it came to strategy and stuff. So yeah, I just had to jump a lot of guys in the start, and then I had an incident with Glock, I believe it was, which I wasn't too happy about. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, the safety cars afterwards kind of neutralized that as well. So I don't know what to make of it, to be honest.
And without that incident with Glock, do you think you would have won this race then? Because you was only 3/10 of a second away from Box as you crossed the line ish. So do you think without that incident you would have been a bit further along to maybe get this win today?
Nah, it's hard to tell, man, because you never know with safety cars afterwards and stuff. I can say almost like I'd say to 80% I could have won if there wouldn't have been any second safety car, because I was one of few guys on hards from lap 8 or whatever, and the mediums were impossible to take to the end from there. So I knew for a fact if I just brought the car home from there, I could have won, or probably would have won. But yeah, then the second safety car came out, and it was a bit. I wasn't too happy about it, but I don't know what to make of it either.
But a good second today from 14th. I think that was a very positive thing to take away from your side. So fantastic. And Mr. Rage is on the podium as well, and believe it or not, he actually wants to talk to me as well, which I'm quite astounded by. Mr. Rage, this is your best result of I think of your career, and definitely of the season as well today. You had a superb drive. You are driver today as well, but. Yes, you was from start to finish today, wet or dry. You just on it like a car bonnet. What is your secret around here? You must love it.
To be honest, no secret. I don't even know. I genuinely just like France. So, and the setup just felt very nice. So, yeah, I genuinely do not know. Um, but that Percy incident did sort of help me. Um, yeah, I genuinely can't say anything.
And then, but of course, you was also had you had a very good view of the Boxtel and Boxtel and Troy battle up in front as well. So you was on the I think you was on the medium tires towards the end as well. Did you think you can get past Troy on the hard tires, or was you just was you more concerned about Marky behind you?
I was just more concerned of just getting a podium. To be honest, I've had so much. I was been unlucky so far this season, and I've not had a decent result for quite a while. And to get one at front, yeah, I'll take that. I'm not bothered if I didn't get Troye or first. I just wanted a good result.
I think you made your debut here as well last season in the Ferrari. But also, do you think that because this season, I think personally, you and Liam, yeah, have been driving superbly well in that Haas car. You've been team of the season for me. You've had a bit of some rocky race over the last couple of races, but this has really put a shine back on your season. Then, what is your aspirations then for the remainder of the season? Then, do you have a target specifically for this season for drivers or constructor championship, or have you got a personal target of your own?
I just want to just take it race by race, see how it goes. Considering that this is my first full season and there's quite a few fast drivers here, um, I don't want to, just say something and then jinx myself, let's just say. So I'll just take it race by race, but it would be nice to be in the top half of the standings.
Really good stuff. I need to take a tip from your book as well, because I shouldn't say stuff, because I usually jinx other people. Right, thank you very much to Mr. Rage, who got third, his best result of his season and his career as well. Fantastic. We got Troy, who got second, staying is now second in the World Championship, and Box has extensively in the World Championship and has now got his fifth race win the season. As we have now reached half distance in the Gold Championship, we go on to Hungary. It's the Dust Bowl, very twisty circuit next week. Tomorrow night you've got me again, unfortunately, because Knowlesy is going off to Zurich and we try out those mini rolls, which is good stuff. So